Hello everyone and welcome to lesson 2 of our origami series. Today we're going to be making a simple paper pot. Nice little three-dimensional design. You can put stuff inside of it, so it's quite helpful, and it uses quite simple folds. Like with all origami, the only tools or resources you will need is a square piece of paper. If you don't have a square piece of paper, just go back to lesson 1 where you'll get instructions for how to do this. Okay, so once you have your square piece of paper, if you followed my instructions for making your own, then you already have the first fold. Otherwise, you're going to take one corner to the other corner to fold it into a nice, neat triangle. Make sure you do take your time with every fold and go over it with your fingernails. If your paper has a pattern on one side and is plain on the other, fold it so that the pattern's on the outside now, not the inside, because that will be the outside of your pot. The first fold we're going to do after that is actually not going to be kept. So we don't need to go over it with our fingernail because it's only to give us a guideline. You're going to take the top corner, leaving behind the bottom piece, just this top corner. You're going to bring this edge down to meet the bottom edge of your triangle. It's a bit hard to explain, but just kind of follow along with what I'm doing. So I'm going to roll this down. We want this edge to meet here. Take your time to make sure it's nice and straight. We've got the corner, making a good point. Just going to gently flatten that down. What we want is not something that's going to stay there forever. It's okay if it folds up because we're going to open it now, but you do want to be able to see where that line is. Okay, so can you see that on mine? Good, because that's going to be a little guideline for our next fold. So take the whole corner, bring this up, and we want this corner point to meet that line. So up it comes, and you should be able to see it's now making a nice straight line here. So fold this down, and this one we are keeping, so do go over it with your fingernails to make it good and sharp. This is going to be the side of our pot, so nice and strong. That's the top of our pot. We now need to take this side over here and do the same thing. We've got a lovely guideline along here now, so I'm just going to meet those on top. So we had this folded over here, this one comes over and meets the edge. Fold it down, sharpen it up. Good. Okay, we're nearly done. It's quite simple. You can make quite a few of these. So this little flap here, we bring it down all the way and really fold it up against these bits here. Pull it down, and then nice sharp fold to keep it in place. You can stop here really, because if you want to hang this maybe on a notice board or a chalkboard somewhere in your room, then this bit is quite useful for sticking a little pin in. You can stick it on the wall like that and it will hang nicely, and you can put things in it. Because I'll be honest, it doesn't stand up very well on its own. It's okay, but it's not great. If, however, you want a nice clean cup with both sides the same, you fold it over here instead. There we go. That's kind of all of our folds done now, but we just want to kind of do a bit of final shaping. We always do that with origami. We've done our setup folds, but there's always that bit where you just need to kind of fuss it into the right shape. So we want to open it out a bit. And here on the bottom, just going to press that in. Makes a nice little curve. There we go. And that will keep it a bit more open as a little pot. Now, as I say, it won't stand up really on its own, but you can pin it to something or you can lean it against things. Or you can just carry it around with you. There we go. Okay, thanks for following along, guys, and I'll see you next week.